Hello YouTube, my name is The Legend of DS and welcome to a brand new series on this channel where I just give my random opinion about anything really that is somewhat related to the Nintendo Switch. So let's get to the topic of this first video, and it is that recently there was a rumor out there in the wild that started, I believe, in NeoGAF, that was about a dude that heard from a source that was from a guy that heard from another guy from a source, or a secondhand source, that Final Fantasy VII Remake would not only be making its way to the Nintendo Switch, but also be shown at E3 this year, obviously being announced for the Nintendo Switch. Not just that it will be at E3, it probably will be at E3, be it at Sony or Square Enix's event, but this video obviously is not just about the game, about the rumor, but also not just about its validity, but also if it is in fact coming to Nintendo Switch. The game is coming to the Switch. This obviously also has been the contention mostly online, not just the validity of the game, but of the rumor, but also even if the rumor is false. I don't know why I keep saying the game. If it is in fact coming to Nintendo Switch. So let's start with first things first, obviously. Is the game coming to the Switch? In my opinion, yes. Unlike Final Fantasy 15, which ran on the Lumios, is that it? The name of the engine? Lumios. I think it's Lumios. And the Lumios engine, which from what I heard, Square Enix doesn't like very much because it's apparently hard to develop for. Final Fantasy VII Remake, much like Kingdom Hearts 3 and Dragon Quest XI, a game that's coming to the Nintendo Switch, is being made under the Unreal Engine 4, an engine that obviously is supported by the Switch, and as I said, Kingdom Hearts 3 and Dragon Quest XI, which is coming to the Switch, supports it. We also have the fact that Square Enix president said that they want more games onto the Switch, including ports, plus the fact that Square Enix, as of right now, is one of the biggest supporters for the Switch. Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2 are already on the Switch. Dragon Quest 10 and 11 and Project Octopath Traveler have all been announced for the system and are all coming. Dragon Quest 10 and 11, I believe, within the year. I'm not too sure. We don't have a release date for both of them, I think. But also, the game itself, it's not a PS4 exclusive. It's playable first on PlayStation, but it's not exclusive. So a port to the Switch, to the Xbox One, and to the PC are all likely. I think PC and Switch take the advantage, mostly because, well, PC, it's PC, everybody has one, and the Switch because of Japan. And as of right now, May 4th, the Switch is doing pretty well in Japan. I believe at this point in time is tracking a little bit behind the Wii U, but we have to remember that the Wii U was overshipped. The Switch is not undershipped, but Nintendo is doing their best to ship as many systems as they can. Demand is still higher than supply at this point. And unlike many people say, this is just a normal thing for companies. Everybody has that. But there's another thing that makes me think that the game will indeed come to the Switch, and it's not just it's apart from obviously the Unreal Engine 4 support or the Square Enix's statement and the announced games they already have, is the lineup for the Switch, both the current lineup and the future and possible lineup. As of right now, specifically for Japan, the Switch has Splatoon 2, who is gaining a lot of pre-orders on Comgo, I don't know how to say it, and it's pretty consistently not only being the number one, it's been number one in the list of games that have been being pre-ordered there, and normally 1 point in Comgom represents 1,000 sales in Japan practically almost all the time. So as of right now, it has over 260. It has already surpassed Super Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Breath of the Wild in Japan. But also the game, the Switch is also getting Dragon Quest XI. Just to clarify on Splatoon, I think it's gearing up to be a major hit in Japan, much like the first one. It probably, not just probably, it will most likely be a much bigger hit than the first one. Then obviously we have Dragon Quest XI alongside Dragon Quest X coming to the Switch, and Project Octopath Traveler. But also, the prospect and the possibility of the future Pokemon, Monster Hunter, and Yokai Watch all coming to the Switch, alongside the fact that the Switch can also double as a portable system, makes this a very desirable system for the Japanese market, which is all about handhelds. The fact that the Switch doubles as a portable and it can have these home console quality games, which that's what I've heard. I don't have a Switch, but most of the people that I've heard that talk about it and they have the Switch, they all say the same thing. The Switch is a pretty damn good home console that doubles very well into a handheld. Basically meaning, you know, it's a home console for those that want a home console, it's a handheld for those that want a handheld, and it's both for people that want both. So it being a home console and a handheld at the same time will make it not only very, very desirable for the Japanese market, but almost impossible for Japanese third party, especially the big ones like Namco, Namco, I'm forgetting the name of the company. Let me just, wow, this is not even, okay, it's just Toy? I'm thinking of Toy Animation. I'm thinking of something else. Who is it? The people that made Koei Tecmo. Jesus, that was bad, and that's gonna make it in. As I said, I was saying Square Enix, Koei Tecmo, who has already promised more games coming to the Switch. Namco Bandai, which we heard, which is weird by the way, the excuse that Harada, the producer behind Tekken, said that he hadn't had his hands on the Switch yet, even though he in January said that the price of the system was very good for what they had in it. But anyway, it makes especially for the big ones, very impossible for them practically to not make games for it, just because of the versatility of the console and the fact that in Japan, any game, especially the big ones, especially JRPGs like Final Fantasy, or games tailor-made for Japan and are very Japan influenced, to not receive or not have at least somewhat good sales. Now, in regards to the rumor itself, after addressing if the game is coming or not to the Nintendo Switch, the rumor itself depends on if it's true or false, depends very much on what showing the game actually means. Because if it is like the showing in the original PlayStation Experience announcement, where they didn't announce the game, they just showed Final Fantasy 7, the PC port that was coming to the PlayStation 4. If they do that and say, oh, it's coming to the Switch, but instead of waiting, what was it, half a year to announce that Final Fantasy Remake is in fact a thing that's coming, yeah, I think it was 6 months, it was from 2014 December to 2015 in June, they just then and there say, yeah, the game is coming to the Nintendo Switch. They can just show a picture, or they can just show the Final Fantasy 7 Remake logo and say like, coming soon. Then this rumor is probably correct, obviously. But if the showing actually means that, forget everything that I just said, even the PC port, the original port to the Switch, doesn't matter. But if everything else is that if the showing means a game trailer, or just a trailer or footage of the game running, then the rumor is very much false. Simply because while the game is only a PlayStation 4 timed exclusive, I very much doubt that Sony would allow the possibility of the game being shown at any event that wasn't their own. Or just, not just their own, but like on a Nintendo or a Microsoft stage. Nintendo might be doing a digital event, but it's still a Nintendo event that Sony probably doesn't want their game to be on. They would much rather have it on their own event. So yeah, that's about it for this video. Wow, almost 10 minutes. That was shorter than I thought it would be. So thank you for watching. I've been The Legend of the S. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.